think all me am is me tits?
You know, sometimes I think I'm a wigwam. Wigwam.
No.
Taking her to the toilet to make out.
I wanna fucking die.
Saturday TV Fun House. TV Fun House. We're here. Bonus Saturday content. Ooh, I'm feeling the new theme. It's got me rocking and rolling. We in the dark art, you know? Second volume of the manga. It's getting dark now. We out here. Let's play some video games. Oh, snap, really? Let's continue the Majima Files. The Majima Saga. Bonus content. Credits hit yesterday. Bonus Majima chapters today. Grah! Oh, look at Tapey out here setting the tone. You love to see it. Bonus chapter today. Hopefully we finish this. We're going with the family to take the cousin to the airport. I'm going to put in the whole time. Hopefully we finish this today, right now. And then we start fresh. Yakuza 3 on Monday. Let's go. So far from the little bit of this we did yesterday, we touched it just to get a feel. My whole shit is tight. Get this right. What's going on here? I gotta reload this page real quick. All right. We touched a little bit of this yesterday. Oh, no. It seems like it's gonna be high octane, fast paced, and probably not that long. So I'm winding down with booze and heavy snowfall. You love to see that. What is going on with this? Yo, my man's in them. Why are you so loose? Tighten it up. Beat Metal Gear, so at least I did something today. Hold on. I can't work like this. Tighten yourself. Tighten up, beat. What you think this is? Bro, get it right, get it tight. Go to your home. Are you too good for your home? Now you're just gonna sit here and watch me struggle with this for like a whole minute. Come on. Get in the hole. There we go. That's how you do it. Play the guitar on the MTV. I better be tightening right now. Am I loosening? I'm loosening. Shite. Come on. Tighten it up. Come on, tighten it up. Get it right, get it tight. There we go. You playing the OGs or the HDs? My whole arm is like out of whack right now. Sitting in a weird spot. Get. OGs, nice. Hell yeah. I did not think at the time that it would be so, but picking up that HD collection on the Xbox 360 turned out to be one of my elite game grabs of all time. Oh, what's this? More goods for Majima. Let's go. Fucking Majima. Oh, let me go to the next block. Fucking one more block over fucking Majima. What you know about Goro Majima? Vulcan Raisin. What about Raisin? This man said Vulcan Raisin. I love it. I know I've told this story so many times, but I'm going to just tell it one more because fuck it, why not? Raven making his WWE debut. And Chris Jericho comes out in the middle of what's supposed to be his scathing promo. And he's just like, what about Raisin? And my dad just happened to be walking by the TV in that moment. And he just goes, well, that dude's done. And I was a ECW Raven mark. Even WCW Raven. I just put my head down like, sure enough. Sure enough. Oh, man. It was a sad moment. Sad moment for young Dan. Oh, you thought, but you thought wrong. Stab, 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 kick, stab. Oh, I love Majima. Are you guys aware that I love Majima? I would play an entire game where Majima is the main character. Like with a smile on my face. I just like his fighting style so much. It's just so awesome. Johnny Polo. I love Johnny Polo. Slice, slice, kick. Bet. I'm gonna go sell these gold plates. Grab a little food. There's food right here. Alright. And then yeah, we can go here, and then we can go there, and then we'll go to hard progress. Spin to win! Spin to win, Majima, Majima, spin to win, Majima, Majima. I've done so much of that construction minigame. Oh my god. I'm actually considering platinuming this game. Because I liked it so dang much. I just gotta look into what it's gonna take to get the rest of the trophies. This one's gonna be pretty hard to top. I got that feeling like I'm probably playing my favorite in the series, but we'll see. You never know. You never know. Exactly, precisely. Tell him like it is, Majima. I'm in. I want to buy some noodles. What? Oh, you cannot exceed the hunger gauge. Oh, no, no, no. What are you kidding me? Bro, I need to eat. Oh, that's bad. What are you kidding me? Oh, shit. Okay, then I gotta think about this differently. Majima has to actually get hungry before you can eat. Shit. That means I gotta use items. That means I need a popo. Like a crack addict, I need a popo. There are no popos. Oh, no, it's over here. I'm stupid. Alright, this way. Cool. Try to save all the drinks for like boss fights. I like this song. It's got that like jazzy piano. Reminds me of one of the songs I recorded for Smart Remarks and Tree Bark, the Elazar funeral. Yeah, it'll get us through. Well, let's get these, let's get the yakisoba. Boom. Yeah, you're welcome. I'll immediately eat a bunch of that. Oh, he can't eat. Oh, no. Oh, I'm stupid. Wow, I just wasted a bunch of money. That's fine. Oh, shit. What's up, Tatiana? Tatiana in the building. The people in my building, they talk about the Teno Martinez. De Martinez. What do we got? All right, yeah, let's go to toughness light. Just easy, not that expensive from the store. Damn. So we gotta deeply consider our behaviors going forward. Right. I meant to go to the pawn shop. One block up, one block go. Money is going to have a purpose right now. This is a very different game with Majima. Alright, let's go. Man, anybody who wasn't around for yesterday, though, I definitely advise going to the YouTube or watching the VOD here while it's still up and watching the ending of this game, because it was... Whew, it was something. That was quite the climax. I'd like to sell you my plates. And Majima can't use no gear, right? So, yeah, why not buy some of these? You know what? Give me stamina double X's too. Boom, there we go. Load it up on juice. Plenty of juice. All right, let's get to our destination. Brett. Oh. Let's go. Who we got punching the head? This here Majima. He stay punching people in the head. Oh, damn. I thought this guy was going to be the main antagonist. He did. Shoot. Sometimes it bees like that. Is that the end of chapter 1 already? Oh, this is going to be over in 2 seconds. Oh, wow. Yeah, okay. Whew. Good, good. I was worried. I was a little worried. I didn't want this stuff to spill over into Monday.
今回の件どういうことか説明してもらいましょうか。 真島さん。説明もクソもないわ。部屋に入っとったら植松が死んどった。それだけ。真島さんと植松は次期若頭の座を争うライバル関係。そしてその真島さんが植松の死体の第一発見者。何が言いたいんや？言いたいことあるならはっきり言えや。植松殺したのはあんたじゃないかって言ってるんですよ。
Yo, that's a large accusation that
く
you
だ
keep
らん
throwing
推
out
測
there
は
like
やめ
that.
ろ。真島が殺したっていう証拠がどこにあるんだ？証拠はまだありませんよ。ただ出てくるのは時間の問題でしょう。若頭候補だった植松は真島さんにとって最も邪魔な存在。殺す動機としては十分すぎます。真島さんは狂犬って呼ばれてるぐらいですしね。や
Oh,
っても
my
何
bad.
らおかしくない。もうやめませんか？これ以上子さん同士のかばい合いは見ていられない。てめえ、柏木さん、もうええわ。真島、わしはごちゃごちゃ能がきたれんのは苦手での。こいつらのくだらんお茶会に付き合うんはもうごめんや。植松やったやつの首取ってくりゃ文句ないやろ。ええ、もちろん。それができればね。
It's him, clearly. Yeah, bow, scrubs. That's right.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Okay, yeah, so that's the loop here. We go whoop up on some dudes. Doesn't even appear that there's like random battles. Just like these pockets of gentlemen on the street. All right, and where am I? Hold on. I'm here. Okay, so get this dude. We'll do all the skull ones. Feels like a mini episode. It's a Majima mini episode. It's cool. I like it. Sad to think though that this is it. This is the last time we'll be playing as Majima. That's alright. Yeah, it's me. Okay, all right, gunman. Just a big fan. Oh, I hate guns. That's true in real life too, actually. Not a big fan. I think the world would be an infinitely better place if we had to settle things with our fists and in extreme measures, edged weapons. I subscribe to the wisdom of Red Foreman. If you're not mad enough to bare knuckle box, you're not really mad. Platinum plate. Ooh, what can I sell that on the way to where I'm going next? Gotta get this guy. Is there another one? No. No, it's kind of out of the way. All right, we're fine. We don't actually need money right now. We've got enough trinkets and baubles to tide us over. It is nice to just be able to run on the streets without getting into random battles. Oh, how did I miss this guy? Wow, hello. What's up, friend? Oh, you got a pipe. How cute. Pipeman. Swinging it air. Swinging it air. Stab always misses. See? Every time. I'll take your platinum plate. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. What's going on in here? I don't like the way you guys are standing here. To be honest. Spin the win. And spin the win. And spin the win. And stab. And stab. And let me guess. Kick stab! Beautiful. play as. He's so fun. He's just so fun.
歯ごたえないな。
Majima, 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 Majima. Let's go. With that ace. Damn, they throwing money at me. This way, we might have to take a trip to the pawn shop. All right, push the plot, and then after that, we'll go to the pawn shop. Any more? Did I miss anything? No. Okay. Just remember that it's flesh and bone. For those that know. Oh boy, delinquents. You're making mistakes. Spin to win. Spin to win. Spin to win. Oh, spin to win. Oh, oh, oh. Up, up, up. Spin to win. Oh shit, Idiot in the building. What's going on, Baba? You out here? You out here spinning the win with Majima? Said, what you know about spin to win? That's right, you don't know. That's the problem. Let me hear. What's up, Wild Jackson? We'd have our back, Keyshawn. Anybody can be beat. We were pissed off. Belittle us. Talk crap about the defense. Can't stop a nosebleed. Oh, God. I should have saved. Quite frankly, I should have saved. I'm not worried about it. Spin to win, baby. Majima.
よう来ると思ってたぜ、真島五郎。
なんや、全部お見通しってわけか。伝説の情報やってのは本物のことやったんやな。
あんたみたいな目立つ男を追えないようじゃ、こいつで飯なんか食っちゃいけねえさ。で、一応聞くが、何を調べたい？
もちろん、この事件の真相や。
They didn't have any interactions in Kiwami 1?
俺をはめ
I
た
feel like
黒
they
幕
did.
がおるなら、そいつ見つけ出して叩き潰さな気が済まんからの。
山が山だからな。 情
no, I guess
報
they
料
did.
は高くつくぜ。
安心せえ。珍しく金なら山ほどあるで。なんぼや。
いや、今回は金では受けねえ。情報と引き換えに俺の頼みを一つ聞いてもらう。それでどうだ？
Favors can be rough.
なんよ、その頼みっちゅんは。
俺がここに移る前に仕切ってた
Ah,
サイ
here
の
we
河原って場所
go.
があるんだが、そこをあんたに任せたい。
サイの河原？
西公園の便所からつながっている、まあ裏社会みたいなもんだ。俺の昔の仕事場があった場所でな、鳥羽から地下闘技場まで人間の欲望を満たすもんが何でも揃ってる。
面白そうなとこやないか。
だが訳あって今はほったらかしになっちまってる。誰が信頼できる人間に任せてえと思ってたんだ。
俺はそないに信頼できる人間ちゃうで。
信頼できるかどうかはあんたが決めることじゃない。俺が決めることだ。どうだ、受けてもらえるか？
俺は黒幕殴れるんなら
That's my man right there. He gets it.
河原の管理の一つや二つお安いご用や。
交渉成立だな。
なんやこれは。
俺の仕事道具だ。こいつを使えばカムロ町中の情報が俺の元に舞い込んでくるってわけさ。さて、植松殺しの件だったな。このモニターを見てみろ。
映っとるのは俺やないかい。
ああ、あんたが植松組に乗り込んだ時の映像だ。こいつを巻き戻していくぞ。
これは川村。なんであいつが。
さあな、そいつは本人に聞いてみねえとわからねえ。頭の中までは映像には映らねえからな。どこ行く気だ？
決まってるやろ。組に戻るんじゃ。川村のやつに話を聞かんとあかんからの。
残念ながらもうそいつはカムロ町にはいねえ。
じゃあどこにおるんや。
Salt and buried.
蒼天堀だ。
蒼天堀？
Back to the scene of the crime. Back to Majima's old stomping grounds. I wonder if I can go visit the girls. That'd be sick.
帰ってきてしもうたか。
Back to the club. Nice. Okay. Got some opponents here. Gotta blow my nose. Hold on. I'll be right back. All right, we're going there. What do we got for fights? One right behind me, one over Nya, and one over Nya. All right. Got him. Ooh, that spin to win is satisfying. Cool. Alright, that takes care of you. I want to hit the pawn shop anyway. So let's hit the pawn shop and then we'll grab this dude. And then we'll go here and then we'll grab this dude. Yo, Big Trad, bro. I was just talking about you. We was just saying how we missed the trad energy. What's up, Baba? How you doing? Hope everything is going well. Hope the universe is treating you kindly. Doing good. That's what I like to hear. Yes. Yes. We out here. We on a Yakuza marathon. We did Yakuza 0 back in June. And then I did Yakuza Kiwami. And I decided that I'm going to try to get through all of these games before the new one comes out. So we out here burning them. I redid my rankings for the Led Zeppelin albums. Oh, no, please, please. Hit me off. I love it. You strike me as a man who appreciates presence, and that's somebody I can get behind. Look at Tavy, look at Tavy. We here for it, bro. We here for it. Coming out swinging. Oh, okay, yo, get in here, Baba. Get in here. Yo, what? Let's go. Let's go. I believe you got permissions, right? Let me check the permissions real quick. You can go to mine. I can't tell. The names are so stupid now. I can't tell who's who. This is you. The ... What's up with that? What is that? All right, you know what? Just pop into the general on mine and I'll drag you over. Yeah, there you go. Can I drag you over? Boom. Ba-boom. That's what I'm talking about. All right. Go like this. Go like this. Are you there? Let's see. Oh, wait. Not detecting input from my mic. Hold up. Gotta fix that. I did just have some audio issues that I had to figure out. Let's go microphone. Should be this right here. And then output should be... want to say this. All right. Do you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Oh, and now I'm hearing you. Let's see. Are they hearing you? Say some shit.
Okay, full transparency here. I just want to say that after this, yes, I will rank the Deep Purple albums, but I have to listen to them all, and there's a lot.
Yes, there is. That's true.
The only thing that I'm dreading is I'm gonna have to listen to that album with fucking Joe Lynn Turner on it, and I fucking do not like his voice.
Let's go, V. Let's go. Mid-season form. It's like he never left. I love it.
I'm fucking serious. Like, I remember he was complaining about like some vocalist for like some band. It's like, oh yeah, he ruined like that band. It's like, dude, you ruined Rainbow. Get the fuck out of here,
Bro,
you know?
bro, I feel you. Nothing will take me out of a band faster than a corny singer.
I mean, it's not even the fact that Rainbow went poppy. Like, they went poppy with Graham Bonnet, and Graham Bonnet's an amazing vocalist. But like, Joe Lynn Turner just sucks. But anyway, we're not talking about Rainbow. We're not talking about Deep Purple. We're talking about the world's greatest cover band, Led Zeppelin.
Whoa, he coming out swinging, boys.
I did not steal that from Little Bill, a YouTuber. I totally did not steal that from... Yeah, I did.
The world's greatest cover band. I love it. I love it. Listen.
Which speaking of like bands that get labeled as like cover bands, you know, like Led Zeppelin ripoffs. I mean, obviously there's Greta Van Fleet. I will apologize to Wolfmother for calling them that because I just recently listened to Joker and the Thief, and if Wolfmother sounded more like that song, like everybody knows them from like the Guitar Hero like Woman song, which is a Led Zeppelin ripoff. But
yeah.
Now that I know that Wolfmother sounds more like Joker and the Thief, I'm just like, Wolfmother kicks ass.
See, you say that now, I gotta give him a shot because I definitely never gave him an honest listen at all.
Yeah, like I mean, at least that song kicks ass because I was drunk and I heard that song. I'm like, dude, this fucks. Like, who the hell is that? Because I was excited. Like, did Greta Van Fleet actually like get really, really good and actually like evolved? And it's like, no, it's Wolfmother, and I'm like, I'll frickin' take it.
Nah, Greta Van Fleet didn't improve. They just added a little Rush into the mix. This is really all they did.
Which is unfortunate, because like their cover "Rolling in the Deep" is the most original thing I've heard them do, and it's a cover. Like, they have that's what frustrates me about them. They have the potential to be really, really good. Like, take that. It's like before, like 2 decades ago, like when like you had like a lot of the retro rock bands, like the Darkness, you know, they sounded like very like, you know, like a 70s rock band, but they did something different with it. Same with like, you know, the Black Keys. And when, you know, the last decade, Uncle Acid and the Deadbeats, they sounded like Black Sabbath with John Lennon singing.
I lamented what happened. Like I was talking about that the other day. Actually, me and Misha were in the shower of all places, and I was just like, I was singing one of the tracks from like the early Black Keys records, and I was like, damn, like it's almost hard to remember at this point that band was fucking cool at one point. Like they ended up so middle of the road that like it's hard to even remember it. But like those first couple of albums were fucking dope.
That being said, Jet always sucked and only had one good song.
I'm not into the Jet, bro.
Like that song that you hear on the commercials is their only good song. And
all those revival bands were coming out like right when I was in the thick of my like going deeper backwards from the shit that I grew up on, like listening to the bands that influenced the bands that I grew up on, you know? So I was in the thick of absorbing like the OG energy, and so none of those bands hit me because I was just like, this just sounds like cosplay, you know?
Well, time like those bands were getting out, I was into like, you know, new metal and and also like the thrash revival bands. So like I was listening to Toxic Holocaust, Municipal Waste, and I totally just like forgot about like those. Like they weren't on my radar until like after like they all broke up, which was unfortunate, you know, because like I felt like I missed something that was really really awesome.
Yeah, man. It goes in
But
waves.
at least I caught Foxy Shazam when they went, you know, in their Queen cosplay mode, because those records were great.
Did you say
Um,
Foxy Shazam?
Yes.
Bro, please inbox me something from that band. I have to check that
Oh,
out.
dude, they have like 3 different periods. They started off as like
Foxy Shazam?
yeah.
What? Gotta
Yeah,
listen to that.
yeah, they started off as like this as like a kind of like a post-hardcore, you know, kind of like I guess like a Day to Remember, but like batshit insane. The way I could describe it is like their first 2 records are like Queen metal,
Queen metal. That sounds great.
as in like Queen but metal.
Yeah,
And
no, I get
then
it.
they decided just to go like the full Queen, and yeah, they're freaking amazing. Like, and their keyboardist is wild. Like, he actually like jumps on his freaking keyboard and just starts playing it and shit. And it's like, how does he like not fall off that fucking thing is beyond me. But yeah, I will link you like a whole bunch of shit from Foxy Shazam.
Cool. Send it over, please.
Also, I'm not sure if they do this now, but I know like back in the day, like their singer who literally like has like a powerful voice like Freddie Mercury. He would literally like be like smoking like 5 or 6 cigarettes on stage at once and just eat the entire freaking pack. It's like, how? Like, how do you have that voice and do that like every show? Like, how does someone like that just like not sound like Lemmy?
Some people are just blessed, man.
But anyway, okay, so we're gonna go through the Led Zeppelin discography, and we're gonna go with studio albums only.
Okay.
And
okay.
even though one of them is technically a compilation, I will consider it as their last studio album, which will be Coda.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, that's what we are going from least good to best,
Mm-hmm.
because like Led Zeppelin's never really like released like a shit album.
True. Facts.
It's either like meh or like awesome, you know? And even the meh is like it's good, but like you'd want more, you know? It makes you want more.
There, yeah, for my money, right. The fact that how often people cite Coda as being the worst thing they put out goes to show you that they never put out no garbage, because it's like,
Yeah, Coda is gonna be at the bottom.
it's
because
a B-sides compilation album, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
it's a compilation of album of like stuff that was like not like it was on the cutting floor, you know, that it's the scraps.
yeah, exactly. So, and then when you look at it in that way, it's like, man, the shit they chose to leave off, you can make a great album if you compile the best songs that Led Zeppelin never put on an album. Like, you got like all kinds of good shit that they never put on a record. Even if you just take a few of the tracks off of Coda, like you got an album's worth of material right there, just off the cutting room floor. That, you know,
All right.
that's a sign of a good band.
All right, so now we're gonna go off the nitty gritty here for like the second, you know, I guess worst release. God, that sounds bad with me saying that, like, because none of these are bad. It's not like Black Sabbath with them putting out like a piece of shit like Technical Ecstasy. Which is literally the only Black Sabbath album I actually would say is objectively a bad album. Even though the song Dirty Women's like saves that entire album.
You're dancing around it here. Let's go. What's next? Let's go. Coda.
All right.
What?
No, all right. It goes Coda. Now, originally, I had Physical Graffiti on here, all right? And I would always get a lot of shit on this. And the reason why is because I was so over Cashmere.
Uh-huh.
And I'm just like, you know, and who gives a shit about it? It's like a double album. It's too long. And then I actually looked up the fucking, you know, what songs were on the album. And I realized I was very greatly mistaken, because I thought all these songs were on the album that I am putting up next. All right? And I know I'm gonna get a lot of shit for
Yeah.
putting this album.
I'm already enjoying this because you fucking giving love
I know
to
a
physical
certain
graffiti.
person who's totally not, invited me here to give my opinion, likes this album. I know he likes this album. And I know that a bunch of pseudo Buddhist sage burning crystal believing ladies always have shirts of this goddamn album. And this album, unfortunately, is actually probably the only album I would say is kind of a letdown of what releases that Led Zeppelin has put out, because to be honest, like, there's only like 3 or 4 songs on here that are actually like memorable, and to be honest, there's only like 2 of them that I can think that actually like have radio play, and then there's one song that's just like dog shit.
Are you just like afraid to say it? Let's go, put it out
It's
there.
Houses of the Holy.
Oh no, he didn't.
To be honest, it is. It's fucking Houses of the Holy. I'm sorry, but like, besides, the song remains the same and Over the Hills and Far Away, which, by the way, the only people that would know that are people that listen to Led Zeppelin.
Okay.
Name a song besides Jamaica.
Okay, here we go. Here we go.
I'm not saying the album's bad. I'm just saying, like, compared to the rest of what they put out.
Yeah, but pull it up the discography as we
No one
speak.
gives a fuck about Dancing Days, Ted. No, I'm a tape. No one gives a fuck about.
Okay. Hold on. So already, track 2 has blown your argument out of the water. The Rain song. Quite possibly my favorite Led Zeppelin song.
It's a good song, but
no
what I'm
quarters on this record, bro.
But what I'm saying is that when people, I'm saying is that most people, when they talk about like classic Led Zeppelin songs, you're not gonna get any of them off of Houses of the Holy.
The Rain song, Over the Hills and Far Away. Bro, what are you saying? This album is literally a front to back monster.
I'm sorry, but like,
I mean, if you want to diss the crunge, right? Okay, maybe it's kind of a filler track. I'll give you that.
It's not just a filler track. Like, here's the thing: I get the ambition of trying to like make like a funk rock album, but it fails on so many goddamn levels that
bro, the ocean is the closer. Bro, you are out of your mind.
Well, no, I'm not out of my mind, because like,
this is
like,
a
literally,
monster album.
As a lead, as the follow up to Untitled, are you kidding me?
Yeah, I see no issue. Matter of fact, this has the crunch and Untitled or whatever, whatever you want to call it. Zeppelin 4 has 4 sticks. It's fine.
Yeah, I'll take 4-6 over the crunch any fucking day of the week.
But that's it. Like, what's the problem? There's almost no drop off in quality. Like, I will take 4 songs on this record over anything on 4.
See, I wouldn't. Okay.
Oh my god. Holy shit, that's crazy. I mean, hey, but I love it. I'm here for it.
Oh, I knew that was going to be. And here's the thing, I didn't want it to be Houses of the Holy. It just happened to have been Houses of the Holy.
I got you, I understand.
Just like my number 1 favorite Black Sabbath album just happened to be fucking Born Again, the one with Ian Gillan on it, and it's like, I didn't want it to be. I wanted it to be Master of Reality so freaking bad, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
That's all right.
But anyway, the next one is Led Zeppelin 2.
Fair. That one ranks pretty low for me too.
I just think it's just because like it's just a lot of those songs are very overplayed, and some of them are just kind of like, I mean, A Whole Lot of Love, for as many times it's played, it just gets kind of annoying.
I'm back around the cycle has gone around for me with a whole lot of love. I've had like a good decade and a half of literally never needing to hear that song, and I heard it the other day, and I was like, yeah, it's a bop. It's a bop. It's back in, but again, I would put this one
Ramble
pretty
On
low.
is on like the border for me on that. Heartbreaker, on the other hand, I was like, I don't really want to hear that again. Like it just seems so like like generic. But like
All right, here,
lately,
I got you.
but listening to it lately and stuff, I'm just like, no, that's actually a freaking heavy freaking song.
I love
like,
Heartbreaker. That riff is fun. That is an incredible guitar riff. A whole lot of love, right? Kind of suffers from the overplayed single, but it's a jam. What is and what should never be. That's a jam. The Lemon song, you can throw that out the window. Thank you. That's one of my favorite Zepp tunes. Heartbreaker, killer riff. Living, Loving, Made, you can throw that out the window. Ramble
Yeah.
On, fantastic. Moby Dick, don't really need it.
amazing.
Like, I appreciate what it is great in the live DVD, but I'm not turning on Moby Dick hanging out in my house. Like, it's never happening. I appreciate it. The studio version is cool, but it's been outdone by plenty of live versions. And then Bring It On Home at the end. Bring It On Home's alright. I like the intro the most, really. But yeah, like if I would put this one pretty low too, even though there's nothing wrong with it, and there's no garbage songs on this record. There's nothing bad, but it's like it's got a lot of.
I think the
overplayed
reason
staples.
why Houses of the Holy is down as far as it is just because of the crunch.
Yeah.
It's like yeah, this
I
is
like
the only
that.
album that actually has a bad song on it.
Here's the thing about the crunch. If I'm listening to Houses of the Holy, it's fine. It's placed well on the album. I don't mind it. If I'm listening to Led Zeppelin on shuffle and that song comes on, I'm absolutely gonna skip it. 100%.
So, and by the way, this is one of the harder lists to make. For like a ranking thing, because like I do second guess myself a lot. Anyway, a hot dog apologist? What the fuck are you talking about? I don't get what Tate Word said. Hot dog apologist.
He's calling you a hot dog apologist.
I don't have to apologize to shit. I am part of Pennsylvania Dutch descent. I ain't apologizing shit for hot dogs. All right?
No, I think he's talking about the song. I mean, through the outdoor.
We'll get to In Through the Outdoor, all right? Fucking... Well, wait, okay? The next one on the list is Physical Graffiti.
Oh, that's you putting my number one, fucking third from the bottom. Good lord.
A lot of this does have to do the fact that I am
fourth from
so
the bottom.
goddamn over Kashmir. Now, I do appreciate how Kashmir is put together and made. I think it is a beautifully composed song. However, when you have a radio DJ in the fucking morning, every single day, plays it constantly, then it's just like, and by the way, before he plays it, he goes, "We're gonna have a deep cut here." As if Kashmir's a goddamn deep cut. You know, one of the most popular Led Zeppelin songs ever.
Yeah, for sure.
Ever.
It's
But that's
kinda-
a deep cut.
It's
Like,
kind of hard for me to slag Kashmir because I legitimately feel if you had one song to try to get someone into Led Zeppelin, that Kashmir is probably the best choice. It's like it's got a little bit of everything.
yeah.
You know, I understand you. I get that it's overplayed, and admitting that I'm a Zepp guy. Like I grew up. You know, obviously I'm in my 40s now. I'm not bumping Zeppelin on the daily, but it's all downloaded in my brain, right? But
He means 50s people. He's a boomer.
as a as a teenager, keep the bit alive. As a teenager, there was no band that meant more to me than Led Zeppelin, and you know, even
Because he's never listened to Richie Blackmore.
even earlier than that, as a child, it's the reason I picked up a guitar in the first place, right?
Right,
I love
I
Led
mean-
Zeppelin. I love Led Zeppelin.
Oh,
forever.
yeah.
But so
And I got
so-
into Led Zeppelin when I was a little kid too. So
I understand.
As much as I dog on Jimmy Page, like Jimmy Page is a pretty damn good guitar player, and it really says something about a band when the worst member of Led Zeppelin skill-wise is Jimmy Page. And that's not like knocking Jimmy Page. That's just saying how good of a band Led Zeppelin is.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't possibly agree with you there. The when it comes to actual Led Zeppelin, the guy pulling up the rear is the guy who went on to have the best career, Robert Plant. Robert Plant is absolutely the worst part of Led Zeppelin.
I
100%.
I will say this: he is definitely the worst part of the
His-
song
his-
Kashmir,
His
because
lyrics
like,
are
ooh, yeah, yeah,
his
throughout
lyrics
the
are,
entire thing.
bro. If you want to really feel it, just try acapella by yourself with no music playing, singing Robert Plant lyrics from specifically from Led Zeppelin. Like, you'll just be like, oh. Like
Robert Plant lyrics. Jimmy Page always complained about him not changing the lyrics to the blues covers and stuff like that. That they ripped off. So what lyrics did Robert Plant write?
He's got lots of lyrics. I mean, this.
I know that. I'm just being.
And listen,
facetious.
he's got some great lyrics. It's not that he never hits home runs. He's got plenty of home runs, plenty of great lyrics. But
I was just joking that some other people wrote.
but he's got some bad
Yeah.
lyrics too, man.
Oh yeah.
Like, you know.
But then again, a lot of good bands have like terrible lyrics. Like Metallica's "Welcome Home Sanitarium." I'm sorry that I'm actually coming after that song, but the chorus to that song is dog shit.
I mean, listen, James Hetfield got a healthy dose of cornyitis. I understand Metallica is beloved. I got love for him too, but you know, that man, like, people act like he was cool. He was never cool. He was always corny.
And by the way, re-listening to like the Metallica fucking, well, I'd say it was cool. Like, unless he's not the one that wrote the lyrics on "Ride the Lightning." Because that album is freaking like, if you're gonna say like the cool, like Metallica at peak coolness,
Yeah, for sure.
"Ride the Lightning" by far. Especially, more specifically, the song "Creeping Death."
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. That was my favorite.
Best
record.
intro to any heavy metal song ever.
When I was into them, that was my favorite record. That was the one I listened to the most.
That's still my favorite record. Spoiler alert when I get into Metallica. And although I spoiled it in like the HMR chat, yeah, the worst thing that Metallica ever put out besides Lulu's "Reload."
Yeah.
It goes Reload, then Load, then Saint Anger.
Because here's the thing, like I think Load is way better than Saint Anger.
I don't.
I'll agree with you on Reload being worse than Saint Anger, because Saint Anger has brought me so much joy in my life. Just roasting it, laughing at it.
To be honest, some of those songs are actually not that bad.
The documentary.
Like, the snare sounded okay.
Dude, the documentary alone elevates that album into important territory, because that documentary is required viewing. If you're trying to make music, if you're trying to have a band, you gotta watch that documentary. Like, there's lessons
to be honest,
to be
the
learned.
fact that they were able to release an album after like watching that documentary for how chaotic things were,
dude,
at the time for them, like, that's a valiant effort, you know.
But
It could have been a lot worse.
We got Coda, then we got House of the Holy, then
Led Zeppelin
2,
2, Physical Graffiti.
and then Physical Graffiti. Which, by the way, Tape, you were saying you feel the first half of Physical Graffiti is stronger than the second half. I don't necessarily agree. And the reason that I'll say that is because it's not an even split. There's 6 tracks on the first half, and there's 9 tracks on the second half. But a lot of songs on the second half are some of my personal favorites. So, like, you know, In the Light, Brahmyar, 10 Years Gone, and Night Flight are all, like, for me, big time classic Led Zeppelin songs. And then I really like Down by the Seaside. I think that song is great. The last 3, it's like, yeah, all right, you know. It doesn't close the strongest, but I love this record. As far as double albums go, it's hard to make a double album that goes all the way through. And like, what I love about it is, like, it's just such a big, like it's a balls out double album, and I appreciate that. You know, it's not like half heavy, half introspective. It's like a big ass record, And I love that. I don't know. I've always loved it.
I mean, I can't even really think of like a double album that really does that as well as Led Zeppelin's Physical Graffiti, to be honest. Like, I know someone's going to say Pink Floyd's The Wall, and I'm a huge Pink Floyd fan, but
I'm not a big
the
fan
issue with The Wall is that certain, a lot of the times, like, the singles of, like, that people know that are in The Wall take you out of, like, the whole entire story that you're listening to in that. I keep forgetting Electric Ladyland's a double album.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. Is that a double album? I don't even think of it as a double album. But if so, I mean that's pretty fucking good.
There's no way London Calling. You're telling me the Clash released a fucking double album?
Yeah, I don't. That can't be real.
That can't. I'm looking that up. Tape's drunk. Go home.
I mean, I trust Tapey. Tapey coming with the research.
Oh fuck! It is a double album.
Damn.
There's 4 sides to it. Jesus. I did not know that.
There you go. I trust Tapey.
All right. Never mind. I'm drunk. I need to go home. All right, and I'll tell you this much: the next rankings was super difficult for me because I really really enjoy these next albums. But the next one, better than Physical Graffiti, is probably gonna go Led Zeppelin 1.
Okay, that's fair. I love Physical Graffiti, but I hear you. Led Zeppelin 1 is...
Which is a shame that I have it listed though, because I really love the song "Good Times, Bad Times." I think that's out of like all the popular like Led Zeppelin tracks, that one is very underrated because like off of this album, everybody talks about how Dazed and Confused is like quote unquote the birth of heavy metal and heavy, but like "Good Times, Bad Times" is heavier than that song.
Dude, and there's not a Led Zeppelin song I am more over than Dazed and Confused. Like, I'm good on. I never need to hear that song again as long as I live.
It's why I kind of have it as kind of on the lower than it really, than the other ones. But like,
yeah, of the
legit,
original run, if you want to say like the first 4 records, one and 2 would be the lowest for me out of the first 4 records. But
although I will say 1 has the best album cover out of them all.
But it's probably because I genuinely don't love 2. 2 is not my favorite Zeppelin record. It has some of my favorite songs on it, which again is the conundrum when you're talking about Zeppelin this way, because we're like trying to rank it, and I'm like, yeah, I would put 2 towards the bottom, and I'm like, yeah, but like 3 of the songs on there are like among my all-time favorite Led Zeppelin songs. So it's like, what are we really talking about, right? But that being said, Led Zeppelin...
On top of this, like when it comes to my rankings, is also how I feel at the time. Like,
sure,
this
always.
definitely changes. Although Coda's not going to change.
Yeah, but that's almost like a technicality. Led Zeppelin
and even then, look at like Physical Graffiti. That went up 2 spaces for me because now I'm not as mad about Kashmir as I was before. That, and also, looking at all the freaking cool goddamn,
To me, Led Zeppelin 1 and Led Zeppelin 4 are the exact same feeling. And this is like Tapes putting up these tracks in the chat, and I'm like, yeah, you catch me on the right day, and I'll take 4 and 1 and flip-flop them. I'll put 1 ahead of 4, I'll put 4 ahead of 1. But it's because literally every song is overplayed in my life. You know what I mean? Like, those have been... Led Zeppelin 1 and Led Zeppelin 4 have been wrung out like a sponge. Like,
well, oddly enough, like, the songs... Well, I'll get to Led Zeppelin 4 when I get there. But, let's just say the certain songs that people say are overplayed, that are extremely goddamn overplayed, aren't as overplayed anymore. There's just other songs off of that album that are overplayed now.
Like, I'm to give you a like a sense of where I'm at with Zeppelin, right? I'm at the point in my life where I could not hear Stairway to Heaven for like 20 years, and I'll be alright,
I get that, but like it's not. I don't hear that on the radio, and I haven't heard that in the radio in like 5 years. Maybe it's because of how long the song is.
It's just that's the song that made me want to play music. You know, I love Zeppelin. That song means a lot to me. But I'm done.
Well, don't
need to
be
hear it.
completely done just yet, because I will say this much. I definitely recommend going to YouTube and checking out like Faith No More with Chuck Mosley doing like a live version, sort of like they combine it with the Nestle's Sweet Dreams jingle. Like they go from like that jingle, and then they go into the part of like there walks a lady we all know, and it's like Chuck Mosley like nails it. Like, granted, it's in his register, but like just how his like emphasis on the words just like sounds so cool that it just gave me like new love for like for Stairway to Heaven.
I mean,
But mainly just like the upbeat part, because that's the only part that they do.
Nobody's fronting on the end. Nobody's fronting on the end. For the guitar solo out, the song is a monster. But I'm just good, bro. I don't need the flutes. I don't need the intro. I don't need the fucking. I don't need it, bro. I'm good. It's a great song. It's an all time classic. It's just right now that song is in the I'll see you when I see you zone. It's like I'm good. Like if I'm going to Led Zeppelin 4, I'm listening to like When the Levee Breaks. You know what I'm saying? I'm listening to fucking Battle of Evermore. Like, these are the tracks I want to hear from that record right now, you know? Rock and roll is forever, you know?
I'm disappointed in myself, because this used to be my favorite Led Zeppelin album. Because it does have my favorite Led Zeppelin song. And that's going to be Presence.
Presence.
Which, by the way, I'll say this: Achilles' Last Stand, best Led Zeppelin song.
Yeah, you might not be
Hands
wrong
down.
with that. If I was making a list of my favorites, it'd be at or near the top.
And it definitely shows off John Paul Jones's amazing bass playing, and is also might be the reason why, like, if I have a little bit better of a disposable income, like after like I have like a vehicle or something like that, my own place, I will get an 8-string bass and try to learn how to play Achilles' Last Stand.
It's fucking killer, man.
But to be honest, like, I mean, I know Nobody's Fault But Mine's actually a really good, song.
Dude,
But like,
dude, I'm the guy. I'm the Presence guy. I'm the guy that's always pushing this record. But Achilles' Last Stand, obviously, all-time great, right? Nobody would deny that. Fucking For Your Life is a dope song. Royal Orleans is a dope song. Nobody's Fault But Mine is a dope song. Candy Store Rock,
yeah.
whatever. Hot Song for Nowhere, I'm with it. And then T for One is the most underrated closer in their entire catalog.
Yeah. Like, it is a very underrated album, but, like... And I really, really, like I said, really, really love Achilles' Last Stand, but I just think, like, the other albums just kind of have more bang for your buck. That makes sense? Like, after listening to, like, Presence, it's like I gotten over, like, the exploring new territory phase, where now it's just kind of, like, being a little bit more analytical. And these are just, like, small little, like, nitpicks.
Yeah, the thing about Presence, right? Presence is the record that they made when it wasn't their plan to make a record. So...
And also, Achilles' Last Stand is a pun on the fact that that Robert Plant, was in a car accident and broke his foot.
Yeah.
And so he had to be in a wheelchair during the recordings.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, let's call this song here Achilles' Last Stand.
Yeah, so it, it maybe
And
if they maybe had more time to cook the songs, maybe it would be like more well regarded. But I love it because
and on top of that, the songs live are amazing. Like,
I'm very consistent in this, actually. I tend to gravitate towards the albums by bands where they didn't have time to overcook the songs and where they did. Like, I like records where you can feel that it's like they just put it together quick and they put it out. Because to me, a band's strengths kind of shine through when you make a record like that. Like just the actual interplay of the members of the band, you know?
Well, a good example of that is like Daniel Johnston's like stuff, like, you know, prior to like when he released that record on Atlantic, you know, like before that, you know, with him just like making shit off of like you know, making records with like a boom box, you know, making tapes from that, just the raw sound of that. And then after like the Atlantic release, it's just all clean. And it's nice listening to Daniel Johnston in like a clean studio setting, but like it doesn't hit as hard, you know?
For sure. For sure. That early stuff has such a charm to it. Like that's some of Misha's favorite, like when she needs to feel like a hug, she'll put that shit on and like yeah, it's just I don't know. There's something about that. There's something about that. I've always felt that.
Okay, so now where was I? Okay, so we did Led Zeppelin, we did Presence, okay. So now we get to Led Zeppelin 4. AKA Greatest Hits.
Yeah, it's a greatest hits album, but it's an album.
But like, to be honest, like, all these songs fucking slap. Like, and they all get like radio play and everything. However, I'm over the song Rock and Roll. Like it's everywhere.
I'm there. I'm with that.
And
That's
even though
time
Four Sticks is technically the filler on this album, to me Rock and Roll sounds more like filler than any other song on there. Including, and the funny thing is that even with like Black Dog, there's like I don't know if it's just the awkward timing on like, because I know it's a weird time signature, and I don't know if it's like, if Jimmy Page just like completely eats shit on this one part. He picks it back up, but there's a part where it's like really awkward, and if you're listening to it, it's very obvious.
I love it. That's my favorite thing about the song is the loose groove of it. But yeah, that song, like, I skip it most of the time, like, cause it's just it's always it's the same thing the whole way through. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and to be honest, it's the other songs besides like, you know, Black Dog, Rock and Roll, you know, the stuff that you normally hear that actually really make the record. Like the Battle of Evermore, I would say is probably like the most underrated song on that album. Like that, like for like the first side, like that just to me, that's the song to get somebody into Led Zeppelin, to me. Because that's what got me into Led Zeppelin. Because, like I liked Black Dog. I thought that was cool. I thought, you know, Rock and Roll was a good lead up. But to me, that, like, was, like, mind-blowing was, like, Battle Forevermore. And then that going into Stairway to Heaven, like...
Yeah, it's a cool transition.
Like, Misty Mountain Hop's actually pretty damn good. Four Sticks is actually, I'd say, a very underrated song. I like going to California Now. When I was a little kid, I didn't like it because it was the slow song.
Love that song.
And then, of course, When the Levee Breaks, which is probably my number 2 favorite Led Zeppelin song, especially for the sheer fact that John Bonham's drums like follow the guitar to a T that I don't know if he like does like some sort of like variation to where he's like changing like his drumming, or it's just like some illusion, but it's almost like his drums change pitch along with Jimmy Page's, you know, guitar.
It's incredible. It's
like with the
that to me,
it's like
is legitimately a recording that changed rock and roll. Like, there's before that song was recorded and there's after that song was recorded.
Right.
And
but,
so, you know, there's can't say enough good things about it.
That's why this album's that high, because, like, to be honest, like, this is definitely the intro album to give someone to be into Led Zeppelin, you know? Like, this is, like, the entry point.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, I'm like, well, that's for a reason, you know? Like, there was so many, like... I mean, I'm on Wikipedia now. they all have Wikipedia entries. What album has that?
If you go to like,
I mean, Houses of the Holy has that, but
if you
yeah.
give somebody Led Zeppelin 4 as a starting point, it's kind of the perfect middle ground, because you go before that and it gets more rooted in the blues and the traditions, and then if you go after that, they start getting more experimental and trying things. So Led Zeppelin 4 sits kind of like right in the middle of all of it, you know? It's good. It's a great, and like you said, it's like a greatest hits album. That's an album.
All right, so what's left? Okay, that's 3 and In Through the Outdoor.
Wait, what's up? What happened? What happened?
Sorry,
I was paying attention to a cutscene.
I was looking at what was left, and it's like, yeah, that's it's 3 and In Through the Outdoor. Yeah. Next one's 3.
Wow.
And there's only one reason why it's 3.
Wow. Okay.
To me, objectively, 3 is the greatest Led Zeppelin album ever made.
I wouldn't argue that.
Objectively. All
I
right?
wouldn't argue that. I wouldn't argue that.
But for some reason, for 3 months straight, I've been listening to In the Evening.
Great song. Oh, my God. Great song.
And that's why that's my
All
favorite.
right. I respect it. I respect it.
No, we got to talk about Led Zeppelin 3, though. Yeah, I mean, Immigrant Song, awesome. Gallows Pole, Tangerine, That's the Way. Out on the Tiles.
Mm-hmm.
Like.
Which, and I say it every time. If you've never heard the Blind Melon cover of Out on the Tiles, go find that.
It's like Greta Van Fleet, but good.
It's so cool. I love it. Yeah, I love this record. This is probably the Zeppelin record I've listened to the most in my life. That's the one like, if I can't decide what I want to hear, I put this one on.
But anyway, so now we're on In Through the Outdoor, and I will say that the song is the album's definitely not perfect, because there is Hot Dog on there, but like the bangers on it outweigh outweigh Hot Dog. Like, everything else outweighs Hot Dog. Like, In the Evening's such a great song. Fool in the Rain is like amazing. Like, for what they experimented with, like the grunge, and it failed. They did everything right with like Fool in the Rain. Like, everything could have went so goddamn wrong with Fool in the Rain, but it just like they just did it so damn perfectly with would it be like Caribbean music or Latin music?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like this record, like, I don't know if it's because it's their last album, but like, I feel people tend to not like really regard this one, even though I think it ends so strong. The last 2 tracks are All My Love and I'm Gonna Crawl, which is like a really cool close to Led Zeppelin, I feel, if you look at it like that. Like, if you
and also like Carousel Lumbra too, so.
Well, obviously around here, around these parts.
But like, it is such an. I guess what's happening right now, it's now like my presence. As in, like, it's like discovering new territory.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, this album makes me completely confident that Led Zeppelin, had they continued, would have been able to survive the 80s with great finesse. Like, I think they would have had an excellent 80s.
I think Robert Plant's solo career really showed that. But
dude, like I said, to me, he's the low man on the totem pole in Led Zeppelin, but he has had by far the best career out of all of them since Led Zeppelin.
If only John Bonham did after the band.
Well, yeah.
That's a bad joke.
His work really suffered after Led Zeppelin.
But yeah, so that's my ranking so far. On that,
I love how we're
said,
bullshitting about Led Zeppelin on while one of the most emotionally heart-wrenching scenes in any of these games that I've streamed so far is playing.
Well, we have the most heart-wrenching album for In Through the Outdoor, because that's like the perfect, closer to go out on.
Oh man. Yeah, it's great. It's great. It's a great record. I put it this way.
Also, In the Evening, best song to listen to drinking.
Led Zeppelin is such a good band that you're putting their last album at first, and I'm not even like that. I'm not even bothered by it. I'm like, okay, yeah, I can see that.
There's a few bands that actually had like their last album as their best album. Like, now this is the band, not the terrorist organization, but the band ISIS. Like, Wavering Radiant, their last album is like, to me, is their best album. And what's funny is that it's actually their highest charted album, 'cause that actually got on the Billboard 200, and it's a fucking post-metal album. And it's like, the 2000s were weird. When a post-metal album could actually chart.
Oh, I mean, the last Arrow albums even sold.
Yeah, true.
Nobody buys records anymore.
They do. It's just they have to really, really like the band, and it has to be like a collector's item, or you have to be Taylor Swift.
Fuck me, man. That's where we are.
But hey, the nice thing is, though, is that people will buy. It's a singles market, so therefore, it makes it cheaper for the artist, because now all they have to do is just like print a single on vinyl, and it's cheaper. It's not the Abbey Road formula, all right? It's the Creedence Clearwater Revival formula, where you have a single every 6 months. It's just, they were ridiculous and just decided to release like 2 albums in 1 year, then 3 albums the next year, 2 albums the year afterwards, and they wonder why they all ended up hating each other.
I mean, that'll do it. You know what though? I just miss the old, whatever. And it's never coming back. We all know that. I just miss like.
Oh no, it'll come back. It just this always comes in cycles. As soon as people are done with like the singles thing, bands are gonna come back, and the album's gonna come back. Granted, it might be just in a digital format with like the vinyl and everything on the sides as like a special collector's thing. But
it's never coming back, and I'll tell you why. Attention spans are never coming back. It's over.
My attention span is shit, and I can still listen to Pink Floyd's Echoes.
Yeah, but that's because that's because you're ahead, though. You know what I'm saying? Like you're
yeah,
in,
and But the thing is that like, even though attention spans in general are short, when somebody is like into something, they're into something. Like it's probably not gonna be like, I'm not gonna say it's gonna be like a mainstream thing where everybody buys the record when when one song's good and the rest of them are all fucking filler or anything. Those days are freaking dead. But like, but I think like as in like a market for like passionate music lovers, that's that just goes in cycles.
Yeah, but it's just, what I'm saying is, I don't think that we're ever gonna see again a time where rock and roll, and specifically like that, like album-driven rock and roll, is not. At least in my lifetime, I don't think it's ever gonna be mainstream again. Like, and it's weird because
I don't think that. Well, I think you're right, but I think the main reason is that I think it could be in the mainstream again, but the issue is that I don't think it will be like a dominant thing in the mainstream. That makes sense.
I just don't think that our culture is heading in a way that dudes with guitars are ever gonna be fucking cool again. Not like that. Like, it's just
No, it's not, because what it seems to be the trajectory is that the micro genre seems to be the predominant thing that people go into, as in like as in like people like really really niche genres and they stick in their niche genre that they fuck with. Like they'll venture out into other things, but like they really really like enjoy like the specific niche goddamn genre. And I think that's where it's going to, because like there isn't really any cultures anymore. It's now specific fandoms, if you get what I'm saying. And I think that's what's going to happen with like music genres, is that it's going to be the micro genres that are going to take over, where the mainstream music thing doesn't really matter, where it's like it's the specific. It's going to be more. The mainstream pie is going to be divided more, as opposed to like having like huge megastars. It'll be like a huge megastar for this particular group.
I mean, you know what? I hope you're right. Because that would be better than what we got now.
No, absolutely.
I don't know. I just feel like music.
Well,
it just.
I'll tell you this much. Here's how you know what's going to take over. Look at what's you look at like a genre at its popular peak, and then like currently, and you look at what is like has made like a dent in the threshold, like the decade before, and that's the genre that's going to pop up and blow up. And the closest thing to that is like vaporwave and synthwave, again like a micro genre niche specific thing. And to be honest, like the 2010s was just filled with just like niche genres, and I really think like the niche micro is what's gonna like take over, like probably like in like the next decade, or maybe like in 20 years.
But what's interesting about you focusing on those genres in particular is what I was about to say was I feel like music has lost cultural respect, in that now music in general, like it doesn't even matter what genre, music in general has now taken the place of the thing that's on in the background while you do other things. Like the days of attentive listening are kind of over. Like it's just not how music is consumed by most people. Most people now get their music from inside of a TikTok video. Like that's like,
or the club.
That's just how it is now. And you know, it's like I went through like a mourning period with that as someone who like was, you know, passionate about music for the majority of my life. I would say I'm the least passionate about music now that I've ever been, in that like I'm getting to that elder statesman phase where it's like I could just listen to what I like, and like if I'm turned on to one or two new artists a year, I'm pretty satisfied. I'm like, oh cool, that's dope, I'll listen to some of that. But like,
well in that case I recommend Amol and the Sniffers.
I'm just at that point where it's like I've been lucky. I spent my whole life diving headfirst into rock and roll and music in general. I've heard so much great shit. I've got enough great music to listen to just in my own collection that I already have, that I'll never run out of excellent music to listen to, you know? Like,
right.
It's great. I love music. Music is the thing that's kept me on this planet for the most of the time that I've been alive. But like, I would be lying if I didn't say that like watching what it's all kind of turned into, I find it a little depressing.
Well,
you know?
Well, I will say that if this helps you out a little bit, like the nice thing about I know like a lot of people it's like, well, you're just like, it's on the background from like TikTok videos, but like I know people that literally like delved into like different artists just because they found them on a fucking TikTok video, you know?
I mean, that's
and this
great.
is like younger people, like people like in their early 20s and shit like that, you know, the generation you figured would just have it in the background and just like, yeah, it's got a good beat, like, you know, but like literally like diving down on it. Like I have a friend that's really into like Megan Thee Stallion because like she found like one of her video, like, you know, her like on like a TikTok dance and shit like that, and just like for some reason that shit just like, I mean, just that shit spoke to her because it was like, you know, it was like a woman in rap music being like very powerful. So like, and then from that she moved on to different shit like including like the stereotypical basic like, you know, white girl getting into like Fleetwood Mac, like Stevie Nicks era, because of the dude drinking skateboarding, drinking cranberry juice to like Fleetwood Mac's what the fuck song was it? It's either Dreams or Rhiannon. I can't
No,
remember
it was
because they
Dreams,
both
yeah.
sound exactly the goddamn same.
It was Dreams. That
But you
that
get-
video was great though.
But you get what I'm saying, though. Like, I think it's not that people just have it in the background. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to admit to my friend that Brian Eno was actually ahead of his goddamn time and was right, because she actually rocks out to like fucking like music for airports.
It's just, I mean, I don't know, man. Listen, I hope I'm wrong. I hope at some point there's another wave where like, you know, kids are like getting into it and fucking picking up instruments and starting bands and rocking out.
Well-
and like, and people are, you know, I hope it comes back around to like, you know, I guess I don't know what the equivalent would be. Like, we used to write band names on our notebooks, right? Like fucking putting band stickers on your tablet, whatever the fuck it is.
Well,
you know? Like, I hope it comes
enough,
back around at some point. It'd be fucking
it is
sick.
kind of it is actually a lot more popular than you think, especially since like nowadays, like to like the younger generation, genre doesn't really matter. Like, you actually talk to like some music heads, like they'll give you like a most casual listener you know, like listener like answer within like, you know, I'm not really into particular genre. I like, you know, like if a song's awesome, like I'll listen to like the song, and if the artist has enough songs that I really like, then I'll listen to them. And a lot of the stuff that's coming out now from like even like bands and just like artists, it's crazy to see like a mishmash of like different genres like coming out from like artists. Like there's a progressive rock band, at least they're progressive rock now. They were like a metalcore band, but Polyphia, like they just like, you would think like a band that would be your stereotypical like YouTube like dude sitting in his like bedroom just like shredding on guitar, like really really good, but like just like riff salad, you know, nothing particular, you know, someone that listens to like too much freaking like Dragon Force or Dream Theater or Yngwie Malmsteen, you know. But however, what Polyphia does, where they end up like combining like that virtuoso shredding stuff, and just like, let's take that and actually make hooks and actual like songs out of this, as opposed to like just like, hey, look how good a guitar I am. And then on top of that, they actually add like trap rap beats to like the drumming and stuff like that to it, to where it actually sounds like a mishmash of like the pop of like a, you know, like the popular like I guess mumble rap stuff with like a shredding heavy metal style, and it's a really really unique sound, and it's one of the reasons why Polyphia is actually one of the like few like rock bands out there that haven't been around for like, I mean, they've been around since like 2015 2016 or something like that, but like they're not like Slipknot, you know, like bands that've been around for like 20-30 years that are like topping like the charts and like nobody like fresh is coming out. But like they actually kind of have like a fresh sound that's a mishmash of things. And even some like in like on the other side with like the hip hop groups, like there's this one rapper, Backwash, like yeah, she at least I think I gotta check the pronouns because I know they're trans. I just want to make sure I got that right. But okay, yes, I got the pronouns right. She. But like a lot of her stuff is like and like a lot of artists that are called like trap metal because it's like trap rap, but like they're heavily like metal influence. So the way I kind of explain it is like it's like Broken Side but good. I'm not sure if like you missed the whole fucking like like emo kids trying to rap in like the last decade.
Bro.
That was like bad.
Bro. What on what planet would you think that I would be out here listening to emo kids trying to rap?
Oh, it wasn't. Oh, trust me. It wasn't on. Okay, to me, it wasn't like my choice. Okay, my cousin was a scene kid, so like if I was in her car, I would hear this shit, and I would just be like, "Why the hell do you think this is even good?" She goes, "Well, the band's hot." I'm like, "That doesn't mean they're good."
Well, that's since time immemorial. That's been the case.
I'm just like, cool. Buy a backstage pass and like bang them. You don't have to like subject people to their music or listen to their music. Just buy a photo. Just buy a photo and do your thing.
But, bro, buy a photo. What are you saying? There's this thing called the internet. If you trying to put it in a spank bank, you ain't got to spend $1.
Okay, buy a poster then if you want to support the band because you think they're attractive. All right. Don't subject people to crap like crunkcore.
Oh my god, bro.
Yeah.
See, well, no, you know what? Thank you, Trad. You've elucidated perfectly to me why these things will never be mainstream again. We're out here calling things crunkcore.
But now with trap metal is actually like they looked at this. They're like, wow, that's really bad. What if we did? But like, we see what they're doing. The execution's terrible. Let's like take that concept but make it good. So it's basically you would have like a rap song but with like death metal freaking vocals over it, or like just like loud freaking like it's like a lot of the beats are freaking distorted. It's crazy, It's like they took God, I hate to say it, but like the good stuff that ICP put out, not the bad corny stuff. I'm talking about like, the stuff that you listen to where you're like, oh, now I actually get why like they have a following, even though like the next song afterwards would be the most horrible shit you've ever heard. But I'm talking like stuff that goes really, really hard, and it's just like, wow. I guess the good equivalent is that rap right now, especially with like since now there is like a genre called emo rap, which is like meh. I guess now it's like rap's in its like glam metal phase, and the trap metal artists are kind of like the thrash bands, so they're getting their Metallicas and Slayers.
Yeah.
So I guess the concept is, especially with like Backwash, it's like if Slayer was a rap group.
I remember,
if like the group Slayer was a rapper. But it's always like a mishmash of genres, which is why nu metal's gotten a huge comeback. There's actually like new metal bands coming out. And the funny thing is that they're actually like, they actually are like an evolution of like they're not like Korn ripoffs or anything.
No,
like,
I mean, well, you would hope not, because if you're gonna revive a genre, you have so much to work off as a framework that you would hope that you would be bringing some new stuff to the table just by default.
Well, I mean, at first it was kind of cringe because you had like the metalcore bands like fucking Fall in Reverse trying to bring back new metal, and like because like kids were were like, I feel very nostalgic. When I was little, I was listening to Korn and Limp Bizkit, and then with me just going like, yeah, Limp Bizkit, it's like, yeah, see, I'm ahead of the curve. Limp Bizkit's awesome, and they go like, wait, they weren't awesome? It's like, oh, you must have been out of the loop for like the last couple decades when they were the punching bag.
shit.
But like, kids feel that, feel nostalgic about that. Probably like,
Just would like to state for the record that I called it from the beginning that this guy was going to be the guy behind it all. Thank you very much. Sorry, I had to reference the game.
right.
We're at the climax here.
But, and like, which again, like, nostalgia goes like 20 years back constantly. Like,
Oh, yeah, of course.
look in like the 20, like in the 90s, like people like mocked glam metal. And then 10 years later in the 2000s, you had bands like Steel Panther and Turbo Negro.
Yeah.
And
kinda,
bands that actually came out with like a glam style, and glam metal was cool again, But you also had bands that did a different take on that.
I was really hoping for more when the 90s nostalgia kick came around. I was hoping we get a nice little run there of like, socially conscious, grungy rock and roll music, but it didn't really happen.
No. Instead, we got a bunch of shoegaze bands.
Yeah, we did.
It was like a nostalgia for like the underground in the 90s and not like the mainstream a whole lot.
Yeah, well,
or it was pop punk, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know.
But I think a lot of the reason why no one like really did the grunge thing was because like Nickelback was like the Voldemort of music then. Now it's Imagine Dragons, and then just kind of like looking back, I'm like, I don't get the hate. Like, I'm not saying that they're particularly good, or anything, like they're generic, but I'm like, there's a lot worse that you could listen to than that,
Than who? Than Nickelback?
Yeah. Absolutely, hands down, there's worse stuff out there than Nickelback.
Nickelback's just got really... you know what it is about Nickelback?
They got lazy.
That pisses people off is that they're so fucking, like, generic and corny, but they're so famous. That's what it is. They're harmless, but their lyrics are horrible. Their music is generic, and they're huge. So it's like, it makes your stomach hurt.
Yeah, but what's worse is that there's bands inspired by them. Those are the ones that you really need to go, like, F them. Like, Theory of a Dead Man, My Darkest Days. Oh my god. I just threw up a little bit.
My Darkest Days, are they named after a Stabbing Westward song? Jesus
I don't fucking know.
Jesus.
They're one of those Canadian butt rock bands,
One of those Canadian butt rock bands.
Yeah. In the 2000s, there was like a whole scene of like butt rock, Theory of a Dead Man, Nickelback, My Darkest Days. They all sounded the same. It's like, yeah, let's sound like, a generic post-grunge. Bands that actually make Creed sound, innovative after, Human Clay. Even though Human Clay is a terrible album.
Dude, I just, like, all that shit that you just talked about, like, the whole from 2010 up rock, mainstream rock, right? Like, radio rock. It's just the death of the sound of the electric guitar. Like, I hate it.
Again, more when I think about it. Five Finger Death Punch, yeah, that's worse than Nickelback, because at least Nickelback is getting famous off of their original material and not just shitty covers. I literally forgot that Five Finger Death Punch had original material.
Jesus. You exhausted me. Just now I'm exhausted.
And now the Voldemort's Imagine Dragons, and it's just like,
well, that's not even a rock band. I don't even understand why they
they're electronic rock band, and
it's not rock. That's not rock. That's pop music. That's not rock. There's nothing rock about that music.
I mean, I would consider like their early material rock.
I mean, granted, I'm not sitting down listening to fucking Imagine Dragons records, but anytime I've ever heard one of their songs, I'm like, what is this? Like,
I would consider Radioactive a rock song. Like, that song actually goes freaking hard.
There's nothing rock about that. It's a pop song.
Yeah, there's many freaking rock songs that are pop songs. Like freaking "I Want to Hold Your Hand" by the Beatles. That's a rock song, but it's also a stupid sappy pop song.
No, dude, I don't know. This.
You don't have to have guitars for a rock song. Little Richard showed that.
But you kind of do.
At the very least, "Radioactive" is an R&B song.
It's.
You can at least give me that, or like a modern soul song, which is rock adjacent.
I don't know, soul. Jesus, bro. I don't know, man.
The dude's belting, all right. Like, now their later material is just poppin', just crap. Like, you know, but like, again, you could do worse. There's worse shit out there.
It's pretty horseshit, man. I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty bad.
Again, they're like it. Well, I think the main issue is that every band just decided to sound like them after like Radioactive and Demons became like a huge hit.
They're just not. There's nothing. Like, I don't like music that doesn't sound like people. Like, their music doesn't sound like people make it. It sounds like machines. Don't like it. It's like, and again, I have never listened to any of their records, so I'll say that. You know, I always give.
Well, I mean, to be honest, I haven't listened to like an entire album either. It's just like early singles I've listened to.
Perhaps there's some deep cuts that I don't know about. You know, I'll leave room for that because, you know, just to not be that guy.
Well, I mean, for fuck's sakes, like Nickelback released The State. I mean,
yeah, for sure.
That album's good. Curb's good.
We've talked about it many times. We actually were very much on the Nickelback bandwagon until it got embarrassing.
Yeah, that's the third song off of Silver Side Up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 100%.
Because Silver Side Up, it's like Never Again. Wow, this slaps. And then it's like How You Remind Me. It's like, again, really good song. And then after that, it's just like, they're just like, all right. Now filler.
This is what it is now. Yeah. And it will never be anything else again. Except for, did you catch when they put out, like when Corey Taylor fucking came at them in the media or whatever, and then like the next thing they put out was this like extremely metal track that was like out of nowhere, just a straight up banger, and it was like you could just feel the oh yeah, we'll show you, and it was like, and then they put out that shit, and then they went right back to doing the other shit.
That they're very self-aware too, which is another reason why I can't hate Nickelback, because they're just like, oh, you think it's like, they're just like, so what do you think about the critics? It's like, oh, the critics ain't got nothing on what we freaking think our shit is.
Yeah, dude, I want to watch that documentary so badly. That new documentary. Oh my god.
I didn't know there was a documentary out.
Yeah,
I just remember like an interview where like Chad Kroeger was just like, oh, we're very aware of what our music is, and I appreciate bands that know what they are and make fun of what they are, you know. Like, to me, I don't like a band that takes himself too serious. Which is
the 7 Mary 3 conundrum.
Yeah, which is why I love Iron Maiden so much, but god damn it, Bruce Dickinson makes it so hard for me to like him. Especially like some things especially when he disses the first two fucking Maiden albums. It's like, I'll take those first two Maiden albums over anything Bruce Dickinson did with like Iron Maiden any day, but I'm into punk, you know, and I'm also a metalhead too, so to me like that fusion of both was great, you know. I'm a Paul Di'Anno guy over Bruce Dickinson. Now granted, Bruce Dickinson definitely a superior vocalist to Paul Di'Anno, but there's just a lot of things that they lost when they switched over to Bruce Dickinson. Like, Grant, yes, Bruce Dickinson's very operatic, very awesome, very talented, and definitely owns the right to be as douchey and elitist as he is, as much as it makes me cringe, because I'm just like, bro, it's like, I want to get people into your music and stuff like that, but when they see, like, interviews like this, it's just like, do I really want to listen to some old fucking wanker, like, bitch about, like, how, like, punk music is stupid because it's like, oh, we don't know how to play our instruments. It's like he gives criticism to, like, punk music missing the total point of punk music. Like, the point of punk music is like, yeah, we don't know how to play our instruments. Who gives a shit? We're going to play anyway, and eventually we get better. It's like Bruce Dickinson's acting like if you're not out of the womb a shredding guitar player or an operatic singer, then don't even bother playing fucking music. Like, that's the tone that he gives off. I know that's probably not, like, how he meant it or anything like that. He's probably just like, I don't get the whole point of, like, not, like, of like perfecting your craft before you go out there is probably what he was like really saying. But like, to me, it's just like, well, the point is to go out there anyway and just make music, and then eventually you get better. But as saying, like, for like the sound, like the biggest thing that my issue with like Iron Maiden from like Paul Di'Anno to Bruce Dickinson is that with Paul Di'Anno, like live, Steve Harris would actually sing background vocals. So like they would harmonize and go back and forth, and it sounded awesome. And when they actually had like someone that is a phenomenal singer, they just decided not to. It's like, yeah, Bruce has got it covered. And to me, it's like, you know, like neat things like that. It's like if like it's like if Alice in Chains like just didn't have like Lane Staley and Jerry Cantrell harmonizing together, you know? They just had like a one singer.
Yeah.
It just
it's funny because I always
it doesn't hit right.
I always look at Alice in Chains as an example of like, I actually wish they would let the new guy do more. Like, I think the singer that they have now, he's really talented and very capable and has a really interesting style. And I kind of hate that they kind of have him in a role of like, okay, you're here to thicken the harmony sauce, and like that's kind of it, you know? It's kind of Jerry's band now, and he's just a part of it. And I'm like, it's a shame because I think it could be, and not that they haven't made good records, because they have.
Right.
I actually like most of the new stuff.
Oh shit! Antonio Inoki cameo on Yakuza. I don't know. That's definitely not Antonio Inoki as the voice actor or anything like that, but it looked like Antonio Inoki.
It does. They actually have some straight up cameos, like in this game. Tanahashi's in here and Tenryu. But yeah, no, he just kind of looks like Inoki. But yeah, we're here. This is about to be the end.
Oh my god, what would be really funny is a wrestling game and have like Minoru Suzuki as like a secret character, and then just have him be like a boss character like Motaro or like Shao Kahn, where his just slap just like takes half your freaking health.
It'd be cool.
Just something stupid like that. Although I do wish that there would be like a wrestling game where like you would have kind of like Street Fighter, where you have different stages, and each character like you face, you actually have their theme music playing in the background. I think that would be cool. But God, where was I? Oh yeah, Alice in Chains doing more.
Oh, so I'm caught up in the climax here.
Oh, never mind. It can't be Antonio Inoki. The chin's not big enough. I definitely think I probably missed out never playing a Yakuza game.
Dude, play them. Go get Zero, play it, you'll love it. Next thing you know, you'll want to play them all. They're fantastic.
Are they for PC?
Yeah, they're out there. Shit, I don't know if the sale's still going on, but on the holiday sale on GOG, they had the whole fucking series on sale for $27.
I'm not buying video games for a little bit. I'm saving up for a car, so I'm trying to be thrifty.
Ooh, be thrifty. Go ahead, Bubba. But yeah, dude, they had the whole series on sale for $27. I almost bought the whole thing again on PC, just because I was like, damn, that's cheap. But I withheld. I was strong. I had internal strength. I was like, bro, 7 games for $27? Hit me. But
Yeah,
was
I
like,
mean, what? I'll tell you this much, like, if like you guys up in New York, like, didn't have like such ridiculous rent, I'd say like you guys would have it made because like, it's like you don't need a car.
yeah, that's the trade. That's the trade, right? We got fucking two. I don't even know how much the train is now. It's almost $3. $3 to get you anywhere. But yeah. But then the rent is ridiculous.
And what's even worse is that it's getting ridiculous in my area because people are from like cities are like buying up properties and like charging city rent. It's like you realize that most of the people in this area are under the fucking poverty line. Like,
For real, dude.
like before it was like $500 a month would get you in a 2-story house for rent.
Most of the people in the
Now it's up
country
to like
are under
$1,000.
the
It's like,
poverty
god damn
line.
it, if you're not making 20 an hour, you're fucked.
Most of the people in the country are under the poverty line, bro. It's getting bad out here. It's getting bad, homie. Ain't nobody got no money. It's fucking rough.
But it's like it's like where I'm at in the sticks. It's like you need a car to get places.
Yeah.
Like it
of
would be
course.
nice because like there is a convenience store like down the road from me, so it's like I could totally like just walk and get groceries, but I have to drive to go to work.
Yes.
And with student debt on top of that, it's like god damn. But no, it's like cars are so much of a pain in the ass on like how expensive they are and everything. Like, oh god. Well, it's like. However, I will say that the $2,000 for a closet studio apartment does seem, you know, very lucrative compared to, you know.
It's crazy, dude. It's up here is nuts. Especially in Manhattan. Manhattan is just like, what the fuck?
Oh no, if I was gonna like move to New York City, I would move to the Bronx.
I mean, at this point, it's like if you're not living in certain sections in the Bronx and certain sections in Queens, it's, but even that, even the places like right now, because
No,
I even saw.
to me, I want the old New York experience, you know.
Yeah, I was looking at apartments just for the shit of it, right? And I'm like, there's neighborhoods that I know are not good neighborhoods. Like neighborhoods that I'm like, I've spent time there. I would never want to live in this neighborhood. And I'm seeing listings for apartments that want like $2,000 a month. I'm going, yo, are you fucking kidding me, bro?
God.
Like it's crazy. Yeah, rent's out of hand over here. We got very lucky. We're paying a decent price for the apartment we have, and it was purely like timing and having a connection to get in kind of thing. But like
I'm still decided on whether to move to Erie or Pittsburgh because I'm definitely over this freaking country life.
Oh shit, he's going to Pittsburgh, boys.
Which is not a flyover city. I don't give a shit, Stephen James.
Hit him with it.
It's like there's no fucking way that Stephen James uses Hunt's or any other mediocre ketchup. You know that motherfucker uses Heinz, alright?
He's a Heinz man, for sure.
Exactly. Flyover state my fucking ass. You buy our products, so therefore... Jedi said it's a flyover city, sorry. Oh, okay. Tell me that when the Jets have more rings than the goddamn Steelers.
Damn, Jedi. Just my man just trying to like be part of the conversation. Gets immediately mollywopped.
Yeah, Flyover City, even though The Dark Knight was filmed there. Or is it Dark Knight Rises? No, Dark Knight Rises was filmed there.
Oh, that doesn't help your case as much.
Okay, Dawn of the Dead. And Day of the Dead.
Oh shit. Alright, okay. También.
And Night of the Living Dead was actually based in a couple counties by it. I was actually, actually, there was quite a few freaking movies that were actually filmed in Pittsburgh, because Pittsburgh has basically the scenery for everything except for like a beachfront, and taxes are, it's just cheaper to like film in Pennsylvania than it is, like LA or New York.
That's like for a long time people used.
Yeah, and for what I heard, Morocco is freaking amazing.
People used to use.
They got Casablanca, for fuck's sakes. I mean, you're telling me Morocco is a flyover country when they have Casablanca?
Who's actually watching Casablanca though?
Nobody, but they quote it. But everybody knows that Casablanca is a bomb-ass city, though. Like, I have a friend up in Erie that's actually from Casablanca, and he just, like, talked about, like, how freaking, like, nuts it is.
Boom. All right. Listen, I know we pretty much talked over most of it, but we did it. the Majima Saga, complete. Bonus to the game, complete. Yakuza Kiwami 2, defeated. Slide it off the table. Monday morning, back at it. Yakuza 3, let's go. Saturday, not only did you get a Saturday bonus, not only did we knock out the Majima Saga, but you also got the return of Trad. Coming in here with a fresh ranking, talking bullshit, talking movie locations, talking album rock, talking Imagine Dragons, if you can believe it. Holy shit.
By the way, I did not say that they were spectacular and great and that I was a fan. I'm just saying that they're not that fucking
No, we
bad.
all heard you put them over. We know you're a big fan. T-shirt coming. It's in the mail. Don't worry about it. Trad, now, are you back? Are you announcing to the world that you got a stream to promote? What you got going on? Tell the people.
Well, I mean, if all goes well, I might be doing music again in a band, but, like, I'm not gonna make that really announcement like it's official, because, like, I didn't respond to email in time, so there's a couple other people ahead of me, but if they, like, biff it...
There you go. You still streaming or no?
Occasionally, it's just... I haven't done so as of late because my room's a fucking mess and I need to clean that up.
I love it. Beautiful.
I mean, I guess I could stream, just like have the camera turned off, but what fun is that?
That's, listen, you just awkwardly point the camera like directly at your face, like make sure you get your head to like gut ratio, you know what I'm saying? Just put the whole shit in the camera, you know what I mean? Bro, sometimes I'll be in here and I'll sit down to stream and the camera will have nudged its way down, right? And I'll just look at the angle, I'll be like, oh my God.
But in all honesty, when it comes to Pennsylvania, if you want to fly over city, it's Scranton, all right? There ain't nothing in Scranton. Like, I don't even know why they have the office based. Yeah, I don't know why they.
You're literally talking about like one of the most popular shows ever, dude.
Yeah, but like I don't know why they picked Scranton out of any places. Like, do you realize that Scranton's not even in the top 3 most populous cities in Pennsylvania?
That's probably what it was probably for the funny. That's the joke, I would imagine.
Like, it's literally like it goes Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, Allentown, Reading, Erie, and I think there's a couple other cities before you even get to fucking Scranton. Like, it's such an like in the Poconos, there's no other city besides Scranton, but it's such a random freaking location. Like, State College makes more sense than freaking Scranton.
This man. Trad, I love you. You're literally treading on the door is. I'm trying to throw the rain and get out of here. And you're still...
All right, Jedi's yeah. If that depends on if even they shot there. They could have shot at Vancouver and said it was Scranton.
All right,
like they
I'm
shot in
rating
Vancouver,
Yiddy.
Manhattan.
Trad's gonna rant us out the door. Goodbye, Saturday bonus.
Yeah.
We love y'all. Thank you, Trad. Thank you for hanging, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Take it
Thank
easy,
you,
everybody.
Jedi, for triggering this.
Jedi, everybody say what's up to Yiddy. Goodbye.
Christ.
Good to have you back, bud.
Yeah. It's about, oh, you guys switched to mornings, and it's like, I work in the mornings.